Dr. Besigye yakwatibwa ng'ennaku z'omwezi 16 n'Obedi Lutale omwezi ogwa Novemba omwaka oguwedde, era bawezezza emyezi 6 nga bali mu buwambe. Baatwalibwa ku remand eruzira nga 2 omwezi ogw'E11 ne batwalibwa eruzira. Olunaku lwajjo nga 2 lwe bawezezza emyezi 6. Ssemateeka mu nnyingo eya 23 egamba nti singa omuntu amala emyezi 6 ng'ali ku remand nga tebamuleeseeko bujulizi oba kola committal papers ezigenda mu high court okuwulira omusango gwe, omuntu oyo ajja kuteebwa ku gye bayita mandatory bail. Naye mukimanyi bulungi nti waliwo practice guidelines Chief Justice ze yafulumya ennaku ezo ng'agamba nti bamagistrate tebaawenga bail, eno mandatory bail, yadde emyezi 6 giweddeko bw'obwo buyinza bwa high court. Naye era mu high court naye twateekayo bail application tennaba kufixingibwa. Neffe olwaleero tuzadde tuzze nga tumaliridde nga tulina ne authorities oba amateeka gonna ge tuzze okusaitinga agalaga nti kooti eno erina obuyinza obutta Dr. Besigye wamu n'Obedi Lutale nga basinziira mu nnyingo eya 23, yadde waliwo akateeka Chief Justice ke yafulumya gye bayita practice guideline egezaako okubagaana okuwulira bail application eyo. Kyennaku tutuuse wano nga magistrate taliiwo. Nene ensonga ze batuwadde nga tezimatiza nti ali mu meeting ne registrar ku high court. Olunaku olukulu bwe ruti nga omusango gukomawo nga waliwo ensonga ez'omuzinzi ng'eyo ya mandatory bail nti ono bamaze emyezi 6 ku remand nga tebawozesebwa n'obujulizi tebufuluma, ate magistrate lwabuzeewo. Ekyo tukyewuunyezza nnyo era kitukubye enkyuko y'amaanyi. Era ono azze his worship Elias Kakooza mulabi agambye kimu, ye yazze na instructions mu Adijan bongereyo era ng'anoonya bunoonya lunaku lulala, yadde waliwo ne application gye twali tutaddeyo enforcement of rights n'ebirala. So kitukoze bubi nnyo era kitulaze nti waliwo emizannyo egizannyibwa, yadde ko tugiwa ekitiibwa naye waliwo emizannyo ezizannyibwa, kubanga olwaleero ffe tuzze tumaliridde nga tubagamba ennaku emyezi 6 giweddeko, yadde bali sayitinzaako ka practice guideline naye tulina authorities eziraga nti balina obuyinza kubanga kiri mandatory. Katulinde ennaku z'omwezi 29 ze batuwadde, naye ate era tugenda ne mu high court olunaku olwaleero naye okulaba nti ensonga ya bail application naye egobererwa, ate nga ne wano kubanga ekikulu kya byonna bano kye baagala, kye tumanyi Mwami Museveni kyayagala kwe kuzza Dr. Kizza Besigye wamu n'Obedi Lutale mu General Court Martial nga bwe baakoze ekiteeka kyabwe kye baakubiridde amangu ne bakomyawo. Bonna abantu abali mu General Court Martial kooti ne gawa emisango bagizze mu civilian courts, bano baagala kubazzaayo. Mwami Muhoozi mutabani wa Museveni yagamba nti singa Byanyima Honorable Winnie Byanyima talekeraawo kusajja Muhoozi ku Luwonzi yali muzaayo ti yalizaayo Dr. Besigye mu General Court Martial, kati ng'omulaba nti ye eryanyi lirye lyakozesa era lyeryanyi lyagezaako okutulaga wano. Naye naffe tumaliridde olutalo olukyagenda mu maaso. Tuyise ambush kubanga mu mateeka mu ssemateeka ennambika gya kirambika mu bulungi wabeerawo mu right of fair hearing erimu ne disclosure. Buli kyolina okozesa kitulagiye. Disclosure kintu kikulu nnyo mu criminal justice system yaffe. Buli kyoleeta kitulagiye, tokukulira topuleyingira kaadi z'okukifuba bwoti. So state erina kyekukusa kye baagala okuyisaawo mu amendment eyo, either kuteekamu bantu balala oba kwagala kuteekawo bisango birala babyongereko ku bino ebiriwo kuba kati balinayo ebiri oba byombi. Balina obuzibu nti emyezi 6 nga giweddeko nga tewaliwo committal papers, olina obuzibu. Tebanna committee nga Dr. Besigye ne Lutale for trial. Ate nga ssemateeka mu article ya 23 gamba olina obbawa mandatory bail. So balina obuzibu bwo bennyini ogenda mu maaso ne mateeyo. So tugenda kukomawo ku lwa 29 naye lutalo okontinuing otya with mention after 6 months ng'omuntu ali ku rimandi ng'ate ssemateeka agamba bw'amala emyezi 6 nga tumuleeseeko bujulizi mutee. So tugenda kudda wano ku lwa 29 lugenda kuba lutalo era twagala okuteeka mu magistrate ono ku notice nti tukomawo olutalo si lwa ngumi si lwaki naye lwa ssemateeka. Ffe ekyokulwanyisa kyaffe ssemateeka ennyingo eya 23 egamba nti Dr. Besigye alina okuteebwa. Tojja kuleeta ka practice guideline nti Chief Justice alina akateeka ke yafulumya akagamba nti tolina buyinza nga ssemateeka agambye oyo mutee ate olusayitinga otya akateeka akakoleddwa Chief Justice. Olwo lutalo tukomawo wano ku lutalo era twagala okumutegeeza trial magistrate tukomawo 29 ku lutalo kubanga ssemateeka amaze okuta Dr. Besigye kamaze emyezi 6 ku rimandi nga tebannamuleetako bujulizi. That is it. Expected the trial magistrate to be here today. She's the one who gave us this date, and it was an adjournment in an open court. We are treated to a surprise today under very suspicious and mysterious circumstances. The magistrate was not around, the trial magistrate wasn't around, and the explanation was not satisfactory because she's not indisposed, she's not on any special duties anywhere. We are simply told that she had gone to attend a meeting with the registrar. You can imagine. You abandon a matter of this magnitude, a matter of great public interest, touching issues of national character, touching, the constitution of this country. Then you give priority to a meeting whose agenda is not even known to us. We feel this is very, very unfair, grossly unfair, because the trial magistrate, even if she had a meeting, ought to have attended to this matter first. That meeting could be held any time in the day or any other day. Was it an emergency meeting? Did any emergency happen at the High Court today that warranted the Chief Magistrate to abandon this matter and go for the meeting? It's really baffling to us. And of course, this speaks to the mischievous mission of this regime to keep Dr. Besigye on remand for forever, perpetually, because you are aware they have spent 6 months on remand since 20th of November last year. They were kidnapped from Nairobi on 16th November last year, arraigned before the General Court Martial on 20th, same month, and thereafter remanded to Luzira. So they have clocked 6 months on remand. That is yesterday, that's when they clocked 6 months. Now, the Constitution is very clear under Article 23. If you're facing capital offences which are triable by High Court, and you have been on remand for 6 months without being committed to High Court for trial, you are entitled to a mandatory bail. The operative term or phrase in that article is that the accused person shall be released on bail on such conditions as court deems fit. But the command is that they will be released. Now, you had the standing magistrate hinted on some guideline that was recently issued by the Chief Justice, the practice guideline. That guideline restricts the jurisdiction of magistrates in granting mandatory bail. We are contesting that because if you juxtapose the practice guideline with the constitutional command, which in one reigns supreme, it's obvious even to an average Ugandan who is not a lawyer that the Constitution takes precedence. So this is the whole point we are making, that the Constitution now, by construction and operation, the Constitution by construction has declared Dr. Besigye a free person as of yesterday 20th. So now the magistrate was just required under that particular provision today to confirm that and operationalize that. But the dictate of the Constitution is that Dr. Besigye should be free as of yesterday, 20th of this month, because he has clocked 6 months on remand. So definitely the melodrama, the gymnastics played today were orchestrated purposely to frustrate this, to frustrate the release of Dr. Kizza. That explains the mysterious disappearance of the trial magistrate, with all due respect.
Talk about the amendments they want to make. What can you say?
We believe they are on a fishing expedition because they have failed to assemble evidence against Dr. Besigye. They tried to come up with some trumped up charges of treason and misprision of treason, which they could not substantiate. And all this time, they have not conducted the investigations in this matter. You are aware they put in an application to open Dr. Besigye's phone and access his data, which up to now is pending hearing. So that charge sheet is an attempt at fixing something new. I mean, trying to plug up loopholes in their case, which we are sure is going to collapse on its own, as a pack of cards. It's just going to collapse.
Also, talk about the issue of prosecution, because they have told you that they will not
No,
be around
on
next
29th, for us, we are determined to put up a fight for the release of Dr. Kizza, because the Constitution commands in Article 23 is entitled to mandatory bail together with Obed Lutale. So come rain, come sunshine, we are here and we want to put the Chief Magistrate, Trial Magistrate on notice. It's not going to be business as usual on 29th. Our weapon is the Constitution. It's the Constitution which puts in place this particular court. And it's the same Constitution that has commanded this honorable court that please release Dr. Besigye after spending 6 months on remand. So no circumventing that particular provision. We shall not allow any gymnastics being played on that day.
Ogenda n'ebyaffe. Eddi mumenyeza leero.
It's very clear that if someone is charged with an offense and spends 180 days in custody before that offense or those charges have been committed to the High Court, which is the situation of our clients, they must be released on bail. Dr. Besigye, Obed Lutale have spent 6 months as of yesterday, not even today. Therefore, it is time for the High Court to grant them mandatory bail. So we were simply telling the court was saying that the magistrate only had instructions to adjourn to a specific date by his superior. Our argument is the Constitution of Uganda is superior to the command of a supervising magistrate. And because it is time to grant bail to Dr. Kizza Besigye and Obed Lutale, as per the Ugandan Constitution, we should get a date that is close enough so that we can address the issue of bail. We have been given the 29th. We would have wanted tomorrow, but there is the bail application pending before the High Court, and we are going to move there to see whether we can be given an urgent date. Because by law, Dr. Besigye and Colonel Lutale should be out on bail now.
You've talked to Dr. Kizza without.
Under detention, you can only be as well as you can be in those circumstances. But I want to tell the world they are strong of spirit and determined to fight these charges, which they believe, as we do, are totally unjustified, to the end. Observers, and on my left is Monsieur Larifou Said, an advocate from Comoros but practicing in France, and other jurisdictions. He was the lawyer for Ousmane Sonko, who is now the Prime Minister of Senegal. Let him say a word or two. And he was in Tanzania. He is among the observers who managed to go in while we were deported.
Oui. Fou, avocat. Je suis venu exceptionnellement de France pour m'associer au collectif d'avocats du docteur Besigye.
Okay, Said Larifou, he's a jurist from France. He has come specifically to join the observers at the hearing of Dr. Besigye and Obed Lutale.
Je remercie le collectif d'avocats du docteur Besigye, en particulier ma consoeur, ancien ministre Martha, pour sa confiance, et puis au docteur Besigye également pour sa confiance. Je suis très honoré d'être ici aujourd'hui une nouvelle fois pour exprimer toute ma solidarité, la solidarité africaine.
So very pleased to come here today and very honored and privileged to come here today to stand with others, with KB, with Dr. Besigye and his lawyers led by the former Justice Minister, Senior Counsel Martha Karua, to stand in solidarity and to share the spirit of African solidarity in what is happening.
J'étais en Tanzanie lundi dernier pour exprimer avec la même conviction, la même force, ma solidarité, la solidarité africaine à un autre opposant du premier plan qui est poursuivi pratiquement pour les mêmes faits.
So he was in Tanzania just a few days ago for the same conviction and to stand in solidarity with brothers in Tanzania who are going through the same situation.
Et aujourd'hui, je suis ici. Et pourquoi? Parce que si je suis ici à Ouganda, à Kampala aujourd'hui, c'est parce qu'il y a une identité de lutte. Nous sommes tous liés par des principes universels de droits de l'homme et des valeurs humaines. Et c'est pour cette raison que nous sommes ici. Nous avons le même destin africain. Nous avons des mêmes valeurs à partager.
So if you see me here today, I am here because we're united by the Pan-African spirit. And we are also united by the same principles of international human rights. And that is why we are here to stand with colleagues all over in East Africa.
Et comme disait le Premier ministre Ousmane Sonko, nous avons les mêmes problèmes provoqués par les mêmes causes et les solutions seront des solutions communes.
So even with Ousmane Sonko, was the same situation provoked by the same problems, and it is understood that we are only going to overcome those through common solutions.
Et les chants révolutionnaires, le chant patriotique et le chant de libération qui ont été tonnés dans la salle d'audience est la preuve que nous partageons le même destin et le même combat et les solutions seront communes également. Vive l'Ouganda uni, vive l'Afrique unie, vive la solidarité est-africaine.
So live African solidarity, live African unity, and live combined efforts to resolve our African problems. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mwenanga mukimanyi ekkomera teriberekamu. Gwe twogera kati bamaze emyezi 6 nga bali mu kkomera era abaze babalabako ebiseera ebisinga bwe tugendayo mu kkomera okubalaba bagamba baagala okuvaayo. Naye gavumenti eze etuzoobazoba mu buli kimu. Nga bwe kimanyi twafayiringa bail application baagiwa omulamuzi essaawa eno alina ogiwuliriza naye omulamuzi akyali mu civil division. Twewuunya lwaki kooti bweba yalocating emisango gino lwaki gyalocatingira omuntu ataliiwo naddala nga application ekwaragana ku ddembe lya muntu kubanga okusaba bbeiro ddembe lya muntu naye kooti yawa omulamuzi akyali mu civil division akyahandolinga omusango omulala essaawa eno. So kibennyamiza naye bo bakyali bagumu basuubira essaawa yonna bajja kuvaayo kuba tebalina musango gwe bazza. Teeka alambula bulungi muno omuntu yenna akkirizibwa okufulumizibwa kakalu ka kkooti kasita aweza emyezi 6 mu misango gya naggomola. Kkooti ku ssaawa eyo tekyalina ddembe okumuwa oba obutamuwa. Muzungu kye tuyita discretion. Ssemateeka agiragira muno balina okubatta ku ssaawa eno. Naye tugezzaako okukigamba omulamuzi oba atugambye muno ye aliwo just kutuwa lunaku lulala takkirizibwa kuwulira kintu kyonna ku ssaawa eno. Naye tumusaba agezeko tuwa olunaku olw'okumpimpi kuba kati ensonga ze tracing nga zikolagana ku ddembe lyabwe ate ssemateeka alagira kkooti na buli munnayuganda yenna oba buli muntu yenna obutakuumira muntu mabega wa mukaduukulu okusuka emyezi 6 nga tatuwaliddwa mu high court.